Hi, Omega Chaos here, and it's finally time to show my signature deck in the Digimon card game. And it's of course my Omegamon / Omnimon deck. Now it's now possible to play it as its own deck with the Jogress mechanic. So I guess let's go to the deck. So first the Digitamas. It's of course the 4 BT5 color one, because it allows you to draw cards if your Omegamon, for example, attacks. So first the level 3s, and we have a lot of them, because this deck actually doesn't have a complete evolution line, because for some reason they didn't create it, so we only have level 3s, level 6s and level 7s. Of course you could use the white grey ones, but those are too expensive for me. We also don't have a lot of secretaries either, so it's kind of a budget version. Of course I'm using the 4 BT17 Omegamons. Of course, really good, obviously in this deck, because it allows you to Jogress in the end phase with the inherited effect. The other effect is pretty good as well. Then I'm using the 4 P12 Omegamons, because it allows you to, dig for your Omegamons or Greymons, and even you can search for your Taishi Tamer as well. Then I'm using the 4 EX4 Black Omegamons. They're pretty good as well, so it can allow you to dig for your Greymons, Gabumons, Garurumons, and Omegamons. But you have to put them at the top of the deck instead of bottom, like the other ones. They're pretty good. Then I'm using 4 of course BT17 Gabumons. Pretty good as well. Same inherit effect as the BT17 Omegamon, and this allows you to draw cards. If you have your Yamato Tamer in play, then I'm also using the last level 3. I'm using the EX4 Black Gabumons. Definitely pretty good as well to dig for your Garurumons, Agumons, Greymons, and Omegamons. Now let's see the level 6s, or that of course the main way is to bring out your Omegamon. So of course I'm using the 4 B74 Greymon. Definitely very nice. This you can now allow your Gabumon to warp evolve into Metal Garurumon. Definitely very nice. And it has really good inherited effect as well if you Jogress into your Omegamon. I'm using 2 Omegamon ACE on the star deck. Pretty good, because you can just play it as a 6 cost, and if you have like Metal Garurumon in hand, for example, and Omegamon in hand, you can blast Jogress into your Omegamon or Omnimon. So obviously it has because the ACE mechanic, you're going to lose more memory if your Omegamon gets removed from the field, but I think that the risk is worth it. Also, you don't have the Sigiter or Greymons, otherwise you probably use that, but I think it's still pretty good. Then I'm using 4 of the BT17 Metal Garurumon. Really good as well. Again, allows you to have your Agumon warp into War Greymon. Definitely very nice. And its inherited effect is really good as well. Allows your Omegamon pretty much to attack twice. And also I'm of course using the 2 Metal Garurumon ACE. Pretty good as well. For the same reason I'm using the War Greymon ACE. And then of course the main card. Pretty much my favorite Digimon of all time. Omegamon / Omnimon, the BT17 version. Of course you can Jogress into it, or Digivolve, whatever you want to call it, with your Greymon, your level 6 Greymon, or level 6 Garurumon. So you can even Jogress with other Garurumons and Greymons, but of course mostly you want to use your Metal Garurumon and War Greymon, because you can also blast Jogress, but they have to be specifically Metal Garurumon and War Greymon. And that's definitely very nice. It has Raid blocker, and also if it Jogress evolves into it, you can choose one of your opponent's Digimon, and you return and all other Digimon with the same level to the bottom of the deck, and then you can also delete one of the other Digimon as well that is still left on the board. Definitely very nice. Of course it's Ace Digimon, so it's a hover for 5, so if it's removed from the battle area, you lose 5 memory. So that's kind of a downside. But I think still, it's very nice. Then I'm using 1 Omegamon Merciful Mode. I think it's pretty good as an extra addition to the deck, as extra boss monster. They're very nice. And of course I'm using the Omegamon Accent Body. which you just have to include it in the deck. Obviously I don't have Alter Bees, because they are too expensive for me. Maybe I would use them in the deck instead of the merciful mode than this one, but I think it's still pretty nice. The tamers and options. I'm using, of course, 4 copies of the Taichi and Yamato BD17 tamer. Definitely very nice for this deck, especially for the second ability that you can, one of your Omegamons can attack a player in the end of your turn. Definitely very nice. Using the other Yamatos and Taichi tamer from EX4, because it obviously it's meant for Alter S, but it works for this deck as well, because it's a dual coral tamer and you need that for your option I'm going to showcase. Then I'm using 2 of the Star Deck Taichi tamers, because it's pretty good as the memory fixer. Definitely very nice. And of course, last card in the deck is 4 Miraculous Ultimate Omega Knight. Definitely a very good option card, because protects your Greymons and your Greymon or Garurumons. And it has level 6, and then it can Jogress with a Digimon in your hand for an Omegamon, of course. So definitely a very important card for this deck. So this was my Omegamon / Omnimon deck. It's a very fun deck to play. If you get your pieces, it's very hard for your opponent to come back. Obviously it is weak to certain kinds of removal sometimes. But overall it's definitely very explosive, but it has some problems with consistency. Because of course you have to have your pieces in hand, so for you to be able to do your plays. But I think it's still really amazing. Of course I will keep improving this deck over time. Hopefully get some new support as well in the future. So for now, goodbye and Omekios out.